Come and get it. Natalie, Karen, Jill, come on now. Beth, Billy, Susie, Julia, Peggy. Come on out to your grandma for some of nature's most delicious treats. Best doggone dessert in the county. Make your mouth water slicker than a schoolboy's sleeve in winter.
Not now, we're playing tag, Grandma.
Well, would you rather play tag than have your treats for tonight?
Treats!
Well, that did it.
First come, first serve. Hurry up, they're going fast. Get them while they're hot. I'm first. Wait for me. Hi, Grandma. What is it? I can't wait. What's cooking, Grandma? Whoa.
Far out? Well, they're sitting right in front of you.
Out of sight.
Out of sight. Well, I could see them plain as day.
Dynamite.
Dynamite? Jump into holes and get run for your lives!
You're silly, Grandma. Grandma. We can't wait anymore.
Well, you guys smart boys and girls can step right up and grab yourself a taste-testing treat that'll tickle your tummies. It's the all-American treat, the apple!
Aww. Do we have to? We had baked apples last night. And applesauce the night before.
You call apples a treat?
I don't want one.
I guess I could manage to choke one down.
Just because we have apple trees in our backyard is no excuse to make ourselves sick on them. Do we have to eat every last one? We're just tired of them. That's all, Grandma.
Well, I'm sure not going to make you eat them if you'd rather do without. Put me down.
We know we don't have to eat them. If they're carameled apples, I'd at least like the carameled part.
But that means you don't get anything else.
We like treats from the store better. Yeah, real treats.
Real treats, huh?
Yeah, like grape googles. All gooey and good. With free Google trading cards in every pack. Or fudge cola soda pops.
Yeah,
Or new icy isotherms. Yeah, icy isotherms.
If icy isotherms grow on isotherm trees in your backyard, well, I bet you'd stick your nose up them too.
But there are so many apples. We can never eat them all. I just get tired looking at them. Rotten ones are good for throwing at the barn. Watch those babies splatter.
I just don't eat all night, man. Did you know that early American pioneers depended on the apple for survival?
Oh, go on. Give Grandma a chance. Tell us why, Grandma.
Well, back before 1800, pioneers ate apples in season and buried them in the frozen ground for spring use. They were cut, dried, and hung from the rafters for sauces in winter, and gallons were boiled down for butter. 'Twas the cider age of America. Apple cider was the drink, and every house needed barrels full. And as it got older, it got better, bubbly. Boiled cider and vinegar were the two basic flavorings for everything under the sun. And when money was scarce, apples and vinegar were used for trading instead.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
We might not be in the West today if it hadn't been for apples.
That's because you got a yard full you don't appreciate, because back before 1800 there were no apples out west.
No apples?
Just a few orchards back east.
No apples anywhere in the West?
I just thought they grew wild.
Me too. But you said it takes sun, soil, and rain for apples to grow.
It does, but it also takes one important thing. Apple seeds.
Oh!
And since there were no apple trees out west, there were no apple seeds either, understand? That wasn't until Johnny Appleseed came out west to Ohio and Indiana.
Johnny Appleseed? Are you joking?
Not a bit.
Nobody has a name like Appleseed. It's a joke. I know it's a joke. I think I read about him in school in a book of American heroes, but I thought he was just a legend. Me too.
Johnny Appleseed. It was John Chapman. He was from way back east near the Atlantic Ocean, because even Pennsylvania and Ohio were considered the Wild West in those days. And he lived on a farm just like we do, with lots of apple trees and... Oh, well, I suppose since no one wants any of these apples, I guess I'll go and feed them to the horses while y'all get ready for bed.
No!
So you want to hear a story, huh?
Yeah!
Would you like a nice, crisp, red, juicy apple to munch on while I tell it to you?
Yeah!
Well then, settle back and listen to the story of Johnny Appleseed. A couple hundred years ago, where a youthful nation, an areas of wilderness had scanty population. Settlers kept the forest down, asking no one's pardon. Then came Johnny Appleseed to make the wilds a garden. There he is, planting apple trees in the west. Folks loved his apples. They couldn't wait for him to plant his seeds that would turn into saplings, then into trees, and then make apples for everyone to enjoy.
Hi, Johnny.
Hello, friends. What do you know? I just finished planting apples up on the other side of the orchard. They'll be ready this fall.
Thanks, Johnny.
The critters all love to munch on those crisp, sweet apples too.
Hi, Johnny.
Well, what a menagerie of animals we have here. We have a grizzly, a squirrel, a bighorn sheep, a lynx, a wolf, and a buffalo.
Bison.
You guys are out of your territory. What are you doing?
I think they're wondering where to find some apples.
Well, the apples are on the other side of the orchard. They'll be ready this fall.
Thanks, Johnny.
Oh, what is this? A letter for the president.
I can't take this over the way. You, where are you going?
Back east.
Washington, D.C.
To see the president.
Did you take this letter for me?
I'll take it. Don't worry, we'll handle it.
No.
We'll take care of it. No, we'll handle it.
Wait. It's American mail, so they'll take it.
Rats. Thanks, Johnny. Can we come too?
You can go to Mississippi.
Well, Johnny was known for making peace between folks and smoothing out the rough spots. Pioneers kept pushing west to find a place to settle. Ohio started moving in with axe and gun and kettle. Settlers feared themselves and more food for the new nation. Johnny planted apple seeds for coming generations. Now, Johnny was out planting and tending to his seeds, but we best start this tale at the beginning.
You mean when he was a baby?
Well, really not that far back.
When was he born?
He was born on September 26, 1774. Well, that's Johnny Appleseed Day.
Was he tall?
Well,
Did he have a house?
not that I know of.
Was he tough?
Yes, and strong.
I bet he was.
He sure was.
Did he ride a horse? They had cars in those days.
Cars?
Silly, there were no cars back then.
True.
Did he play basketball?
Basketball?
I like basketball.
Well, if you just hold your horses, I'll tell it to you. This story has been told to the youngest in this family for generations. It all started with my great-great-grandma, Molly Prescott. Well, I'm sure she was a friend of your great-great-great-great-grandma, too. Molly not only knew Johnny in person, but by golly, back in those days, they were best friends. Other kids didn't understand Johnny's peaceful manner, but Molly knew Johnny well enough to know that he had more of the rough pioneer spirit and folks making fun of him. Now, picture, if you will, a young John Chapman. Kind of tall, handsome in a funny kind of way, just starting to grow a scraggly little beard. He wore a check shirt and his pants had rips in them from working in the fields all day. He wore a vest too, and his shoes had holes in them, but he didn't mind so much because he liked feeling the dirt wiggling in his toes. That was John Chapman. Now, one Saturday afternoon, way back east, sitting on the edge of his daddy's farm, in his favorite spot, the shade of a big old apple tree.
glad to see you.
Hi, John.
I was going to come see you yesterday, but Pa had me digging in the root cellar and mending fences all day long. You haven't been to this part of the apple grove, have you? Well then, meet the biggest and best old tree in the country. Appleseed, meet my best friend, Molly Prescott.
Nice to meet you, old fella or girl, whichever.
How about a couple of apples and two friends?
Thank you, John, and thank you, Mr. or Mrs. Appletree. Yep, Molly and Johnny were best friends, but Molly had something important on her mind.
Molly, set yourself down. Pa and I were planning on planting some more apple trees, and I thought we could sure use the help.
I'd like that very much, but I'm sorry I can't.
Why?
That's why I came to see you today, you see?
It's Chapman! What are you doing today, Don Chapman? Sitting under your old apple tree, and our sister Molly is with him. Talking to your apples, Chapman?
No, Molly and I just...
Molly and you were yakking and being weird, that's what.
You two should just go home.
You better go home, Molly. That's who better go home. You got all that packing to do.
Packing? For what?
That's why I came to see you today.
We're moving out west where people are tough and hardy. The west isn't for folks who read books and recite poetry. Not for people like you, John Chapman. Not for people who talk to apples.
When you're leaving?
Today won't be long now, pulling out this afternoon. But we have just enough time for a little fun. We thought maybe for once you wanted to come along and prove you're not scared. We thought we'd play one last trick on old Mr. Weatherby. You know that old meanie deserves it. You know our dog Rufus, he loves eggs. He sobbed them up, shells and all. We thought we'd let our dog Rufus loose in Weatherby's hen house. Watch him as see the hens scattered.
No thanks, I don't think it's a good idea.
That's terrible. You guys ought to be ashamed of yourselves.
Not a good idea? Ashamed? I guess we're not good enough for you, John Chapman. Or you either, Mopey Molly. Johnny Chapman has apples on the brain. Mopey Molly, your sister is a pain. Better leave Goody Goody Chapman to his apples. He talks to apples, never heard of such a thing. You know what? You know what you got? Chapman is an apple for a brain. Chapman in his apple brain. Chapman in his apple brain. Chapman in his apple brain. Let's not waste our time on these yakkadoos. We got better things to do. Yeah, come on.
Molly's siblings were sure hard to get along with. That didn't seem to matter now. John was upset that his best friend was leaving. He just didn't know what to do about it. Don't listen to them. They're just kids. I wish they would grow up.
It's so fine. It doesn't bother me much. I can't believe you're leaving. I never thought that.
I never thought that either. Pa just up and decided things. He'd been thinking on it for some time.
Where will you go?
Pennsylvania, Ohio territory. I don't know where I'll end up.
Do you want to go?
Come on, Molly.
If there's a little creek with a big red barn and a grove of apple trees, I won't feel so far from home.
Don't you know anything, Molly? Pa says there aren't any apple trees out west. Not anywhere. Won't bother me none. I've had my fill of apples. Don't want to look at another one.
But you need apples just like you need corn wheat. Here, take these apple seeds. You plant them in the grove.
Nothing doing. Our pa says we have enough to carry. The wagon is busting with weight now, and our old horses have enough to pull.
But these seeds are heavy.
Don't worry about us. The frontier is no place for apples. If you were thinking ahead, you come out west too, John Chapman.
I just might.
Come on, Molly, right now. Pa says.
Goodbye, John. Bye, Golly. Tommy was just old enough to leave home and strike out on his own. His pa had plenty of help on the farm.
Molly, where will you go? I can catch up if I can.
We'll be at Uncle Cider Press. My Uncle Peter owns it. My pa said that we'll be there by a spell. Bye. Johnny was determined to meet Molly at her uncle's cider press. He'd find that place with the little creek, big red barn, the weather-vane, and grove of apple trees.
Imagine the possibilities. I'll plant apples in the west.
They're going west, where dreams are surely best. Maybe you should travel with all the rest. Go and pack your gear, 'cause you're not needed here. And move west with your friend Molly. A big red barn, a cool flowing stream. Molly sitting there and dreaming about an apple tree planted there by me. We're west with my friend Molly. Good luck, John.
Thanks, Grandma.
Johnny's journey began heading west, and his first stop was Pennsylvania. He kept his promise to Molly, for it wasn't long before he found Prescott Cider Press. This thriving enterprise was owned and operated by a trade-excited Englishman named Sir Peter Prescott. Now, folks didn't know Sir Peter considered him to be nothing but a snobby old stuffed shirt. But deep down, he really was, well, a snobby old stuffed shirt. His right-hand man, Rupert by name, had a delightful charm and self-confidence of a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs, on the style and grace of Farmer Hogan's fancy chicken. And together they made quite a pair, for it wasn't long before they found Prescott Cider Press. Every morning, while Sir Peter watched carefully, faithful Rupert would hike up to the cider press, drop an apple in the chute, and turn the dial past low, past medium, past high, all the way to yummy.
Yummy!
And the piston would start going up and down, the gears going round and round, and he'd take one taste of that cider to make sure it was okay.
Yummy!
About this time, our friend John Chapman arrived, worn and weary from his long journey west of Pennsylvania, but hankering to see his best friend Molly once more.
Excuse me, sir. Could you tell me where I could find Mr. Prescott himself? Excuse me, sir. Could you tell me where to...
You presume too presumptuously that I am Sir Peter Prescott.
Yeah, to presumably Sir Prescriptionless.
I just wondered where he might be.
I am Sir Peter Prescott himself. May I be of service?
Sure thing. First of all, is your niece Molly Prescott here?
Go on.
And may I dig in your cider mash and keep the seeds I find?
In answer to your first question, you just missed them. They were here, her family was here for a week, but headed west 2 days ago. In answer to your second question, you have my precious permission.
We don't use seeds for nothing around here.
Just don't presume that I'll pick up after you.
Yeah, no presuming.
Thank you, sir. I'll collect my... Thank you, sir. Did Molly's family say exactly where they're heading?
Actually, they didn't even know themselves. A careless attitude that I did not know.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Prescott, sir. I'll collect my seeds. Won't be any trouble at all.
You better not be.
Well, digging in that pile of sour cider mash was sure going to be messy. What about then? Johnny had an idea.
Maybe if I'm real nice to those apple seeds, they'll come out all by themselves. It's worth a try anyways. Follow me and you will see what a good friend I can be. We'll grow up apples sweet and strong. Come and sing my song. La 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 la. Sing a happy apple seed song. La 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 la. Sing a happy song.
This guy's still here. He must have a bag full of apple seeds by now. Look at them all.
What do you presume to accomplish with this assortment of seeds?
I'm going west, going to plant apple trees in the west.
If the gentleman's calculations prove correct, you must have enough seeds for thousands of trees by now.
Lots of trees.
I'll put millions.
Yippee!
Yippee!
Millions of trees won't fit Pennsylvania.
Oh no, I'm going to Ohio, Indiana. going to out west. Right, friends?
Right, Johnny.
Listen, Apple Twig, that's the goofiest thing I ever heard.
It is a bit ambitious, don't you think?
Apple butter in the wild, wild west.
The West is for men of high caliber like me, not apple blossoms like you.
You won't last 2 days.
You'll spill the seeds in the river.
They'll spoil in the rain.
Animals will devour them,
Fun, yum, yum, yum.
and they'll chase you back to where you came from.
Fun.
Wait for me.
Bluff all you want. I'll make it. John Chapman will make it.
You're no Chapman, you're just a pound of apple butter, a bowl of apple dumplings, a apple skin, a apple core. You're nothing but a scrawny apple seed.
Catchy, Rupert. Rather catchy. John Chapman Appleseed. I've got it. Johnny Appleseed.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but the names will never harm me. You can call me what you want, 'cause words just don't alarm me. Yes, call me what you want to, but nowhere will it lead. Not even mean and nasty names like Johnny Appleseed.
Johnny Appleseed. You know, that name does have kind of a nice ring to it. And maybe you do need a new name, something that suits this new life you lead. Later on in life, folks will forget you were called to anything else. Oh, hello, John. I remember when you got your new name.
Yes, Grandma, you can say it's really grown on me.
Oh, you're so funny, John. Oh, Johnny Appleseed, 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 it's neat, it's pet, it's out of that, yes, that's the name I need. It's everything a name should be, a name should be, a name should be, yes sir, yes ma'am, that's who I am, oh, that's the name for me. It suits me right, it sounds
Just right.
it's music
To my ears,
it makes
Me smile.
it makes
me laugh.
it almost brings me tears. So call me Johnny Appleseed anytime at all. And I'll be right there by your side every time you call me. Johnny Appleseed, 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 it's me and cat, the sound of that, yes, that's the name I need. Johnny Appleseed, 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 yes sir, yes ma'am, that's who I am, I'm Johnny Appleseed, that's me. Bye, John. Keep your chin up.
Wow, that was harsh. That wasn't nice at all.
At least the name suited him.
I like it too.
From then on, he was known as Johnny Appleseed.
Makes me want to have a cool name, too.
Like what, Green-Clad Sickle?
Haha, that would be funny.
Come on, let's get back to the story. Yeah, what happened next, Grandma?
Johnny still was heading west, and it was horticulture. As he traveled overland, he spread his love of nature. Hurrah for Johnny Appleseed, helping out his neighbors, planting lots of apple trees, the fruits of all his labors. Now John continued his journey west.
As the days, weeks, and months gone by, he had planted hundreds and thousands of tiny apple seeds.
He watched them grow into great big apple trees, imagined the possibilities. He planted so many seeds that when he went to bed at night, he used to dream of great big apple trees.
Red juicy apples and of course, those little Appleseed friends.
Then he was up again at first light and back to work. I'm ready to go, Grandma.
Thank you, Appleseeds.
Looks like a good spot for an orchard. Better get to work.
Why, John Chapman, I didn't expect to see you out here. I thought you were pretty well planted back east.
Nope, I got my head to go out west.
Are you the one everybody calling Johnny Appleseed?
I reckon so.
I hear you've been planting trees like crazy. How many trees so far? Any apples yet, Johnny? I sure hope so. My family needs apples. Do you have any fruits to share?
Well, John tried to answer all their questions as best as he could. I think it went a little something like this. Thousands. No apple trees yet? And yes, I can spare a few seeds for friends. What he really wanted to know was if had anyone seen his friend Molly.
Sorry, John, I haven't seen her. Her family must have stopped already. Or maybe you just haven't caught up to her yet. Bye, Johnny. Good luck.
Oh, I hope we'll find her someday. Well, better get to work. Oh, it's only Wolf. Nice Wolf. Wolf! Ah! 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 Now, Mr. Wolf, I don't want to be any trouble at all. Let's be reasonable. I'm just here to plant some apple trees, so I'll be out of your way in no time. You want me to do something? Okay, sure. I'll shake her. Ah! Now, no growling. I wish you could talk. I haven't had anyone to talk for the longest time.
Wolves can't talk, silly.
I know wolves can talk. You don't have to tell me that. Wait, I didn't know wolves could talk.
Indeed, I guess I've never tried before. From the bottom of my heart, let me thank you.
Well, doesn't that beat all? A talking wolf.
That beats all right, but not only that, my best friend is a talking buffalo.
Talking bison.
Well, Johnny thought about this time. He must be dreaming. Where he came from, animals didn't talk. Maybe those turns were just shy. But these two certainly weren't shy.
Couldn't have better weather. Pickles fishy, Johnny. I love pickles. Ask me my name.
Take it easy. Just because you learn to talk doesn't mean you have to say everything at once.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Wait!
We were talking to Mom and Minute for no reason at all.
Hold it!
I mean, there's no reason in the world.
Wait!
For me, I've been talking to Mom a minute.
Hold it!
We were Mom. No reason for us being spluttery and mumbling, and...
Wait!
Wait, why? Is something wrong? What's the matter? Don't tell me something wrong, because I feel so wonderful.
You guys really must get a hold of yourselves. Alright, that's better. What brings a buffalo...
Bison.
Sorry, bison and wolf to this country?
Well, that's because we have something in common. I can refuse a big, shiny, juicy, red apple!
An apple?
I know how silly it sounds.
Did you say apple?
Yes, I said apple. Do you know what apples further west line proud come to the apples? Yum, yum.
We should get along great. Have you ever heard of Johnny Appleseed?
Johnny Appleseed?
Johnny Appleseed.
Johnny Appleseed?
Johnny Appleseed.
Never heard of him.
Well, I'm Johnny Appleseed. I'm planting apples around these parts. But the trees around here are saplings. They aren't big enough to make apple trees yet. Wolf, did I catch your name?
It's Tim Timberwolf.
Nice to meet you, Tim. And what should I call you? Buffalo?
Bison.
Buffy Bison?
Close enough.
I would like to stay and talk, but trees need tending and seeds need planting. But before I go, here's a tip, Tim. There's plenty of apples this summer of Hickory Creek.
Johnny was thrilled to have friends who loved apples just as much as he did. They weren't too good at the planting part, but they had the eating part down. Turns out that they would be lifelong friends.
You gave us a lifetime supply of our favorite food. How can we ever thank you?
I'll tell you by telling everyone you meet how precious apples can be. And I know a song that can help you.
I've never sang before. Not sure I can.
You just learned to talk, didn't you? Singing is talking in a tune. Ready?
Me, la 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 la, me, moo!
Maybe you can sing the harmony. There are snacks that you eat all the time if you could. There are food that you wouldn't eat and ones that you would. Of all the tasty dishes in the land, there's one that's special. I tell you they're dandy. Candy for bacon, my sweet tooth is aching. All you need is apples for fun.
Thanks again. In the meantime, I'll go explore up Hickory Creek. Never know what you might find. Goodbye, Johnny Appleseed. Boo!
Goodbye, Timble. Goodbye, Buffy Bison. Well, better get back to work.
You know, Johnny planted those seeds month after month and year after year. And through it all, he stayed the same kind of free-roaming fella he had always been. But like all of us, there was one change that John just couldn't avoid. One day he was working hard, planting attention to his seeds, and worked up quite a thirst and went to the creek to take a drink. When he looked into the water, he couldn't help but notice a few gray hairs on the right side of his face. And by golly, if he didn't notice a few gray hairs on the left side. Oh, sorry, John. I almost forgot that little streak right down the middle. Yep, Johnny was getting older. Through it all, he stayed the same kind of fella. He could picture the land full of crisp, juicy apples and knew it wouldn't happen on its own. He'd be smiling and working from the first sun in the morning to the last yawn at night. And he still dreamed of his little apple seeds. Good night, Johnny.
To help them grow these seeds, we sow them, water them gently, and there you go. The sun that works his magic, encouraging seedlings to grow. To plant the seeds, that's all you need to get new life started. Now watch my lead. I love a shiny apple, and these will be shiny indeed. Wonder at the mystery when young things start to grow. And as it unfolds like a true miracle, the sight amazes you so. And that is how on branch and bough and seeds become apple trees now. And now you learn the story, how apple seeds make all the world so much better. So apple seeds, please think about.
Imagine the possibilities, Grandma.
Yes, little one, they are endless. Thank you, apple seeds. Keep growing. There was much more to John than just planting apple seeds.
John Chapman was peaceful and loved by everyone. He would sometimes go to Pioneer's home and bring little gifts. If there was enough food, he would stay for dinner.
He always brought small seeds, small trees ready for transplanting, and plenty of apples for the whole family. After dinner, around the fire, he told stories of the critters he encountered on his travels.
Bucks and bears to squirrels, lynx, and bighorn sheep, he described his sometimes cruel Ohio wilderness. He described his love for everything. He left books for the whole family to read. When it was time for bed, he would resist or refuse the comfort of a real bed. He preferred the hard cabin floor or the cold ground outside. He was up and he rose before the pioneers were ready for, or up for morning chores.
Now, Johnny was friends with the Native Americans as well. They treated each other with respect and admiration. They loved his apples, and they shared their knowledge of nature with him. Johnny and his friends understood one another because they all lived their lives so close to nature. Although people liked Johnny for his kind and peaceful manner, they weren't always able to follow it. Are we down a soldier already? Fair fight.
In the year 1812, the war erupted between the British and the American states.
The American frontier was full of conflict.
Everyone was angry. Everyone fought for what they thought was right. Their anger was too great for the teaching of Johnny Appleseed to make any difference.
John saw all of his friends fighting, and when they were hurt, he tried to help as best as he could, but he was sad. Johnny Appleseed had learned a lesson. Oh no! Man down! He had learned a lesson that he did not like. What's the matter, John? You don't seem like the free-roaming fellow we've always known. Is something bothering you?
No matter what I do, my friends just won't stop fighting.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that so much, John. You know things like that always take a little time. Just a little time, John. Just a little time.
Come on, everybody. Hurry, hurry. I can have you late.
Let's see, we got a bighorn sheep, a squirrel, a grizzly, and a lynx. What are y'all doing today?
Things are fine, John. Now that the war is over, things are much better. We have enough acorns to eat, but we are stronger every day. We thought we'd go swimming. Come with us, John. Please.
I'd love to, but I planted so many apples on the other side of the creek that I have so many to keep care of. But you guys run along and have fun now.
Bye, John. Oh boy, the swimming hole. We found it just last week. Let's go to it. I can't believe my dad let me come. It's so dangerous out here. You have to watch out. Hi, Johnny. How you doing, Johnny? You want to come with us? We're all going to our secret swimming hole. Secret swimming hole? We were going swimming. We're not going swimming if you are. I wouldn't step foot in that hole if you do. Now wait a minute. We've been swimming there for years. What do you mean taking over our place? Your place? That is our place. You have no right to it. Who do you think you are telling us what rights we have? And what rights we don't have? We're the people who have the rights. Yeah! Yeah!
Wait. I have a secret to tell you guys.
What do you want to tell us, John? He's not your friend. For your information. He is too. He is our friend, John, and...
Enough! Bit of silence, you may learn something. These are my friends, and they're wide open to help me when in need, so I do the same for them. These are also my friends. They're wide open, and when they're in need, I help them. And lastly, these are my friends too. The forest is just as much their home as it is ours.
Well, it sure is hot today.
Sure is. It's getting hotter every minute.
Boy, that's for sure.
Standing around is no fun.
No fun at all.
You said it.
Tell me, what does it take so we can all be friends? Has a firm handshake. It's time to make amends.
What's the secret for us to feel we belong? Can you tell me why we all just don't get along? What choice can we make so we can all be friends? Help this mood to break. It's time to make amends. Time to make amends. We can all be friends.
What are you doing standing here?
What are we fighting about?
What's your name?
Grizz. What are we fighting about, Grizz?
What are we waiting for? Let's go swimming.
I know a shortcut. Last one there is raw and apple.
Oh, those silly critters and pioneers. Aren't they something?